So what is your opinion on SeaWorld's conservation efforts?
Wow, well, SeaWorld has certainly said they've done a lot of work for conservation, and I wish that even more than 1% of all the billions of dollars SeaWorld has made, I wish more than 1% has gone to conservation efforts, but it hasn't. And that's one of the major problems with what SeaWorld is telling everybody, including young people and the patrons who come to their facility. One of the issues with conservation is that right now, more than any other time, Taliyah, we need to bring dolphins and whales back to the wild. It's time to return them to the wild when they've been in captive breeding programs, right? That's what all this conservation is for. Well, we have the perfect opportunity with Corky, the orca who's here in San Diego. She's been here a long time. There are many wonderful dolphins and whales who deserve a chance to live out in the wild, and from that we can learn true conservation, how to reintroduce them into their natural environment that needs protection and that they live their best lives in.
Awesome. All right. Well, then that leads us into our next question. Do you think SeaWorld's done like a great deal to educate kids on this issue?
Wow. SeaWorld has spent a lot of years educating people and kids, and SeaWorld has done, in my opinion, a lot of miseducation. SeaWorld has been one of the biggest proponents of miseducating the public, in my opinion, about the natural histories of dolphins and whales, and really by showing a false image of dolphins and whales, who are always wild animals, even when well trained. They do not belong in concrete tanks in their natural. So dolphins and whales have evolved for millions of years. You and I, we're primates, and we've been here for about 200,000 years, maybe in this current form. Dolphins and whales have been on this planet for millions of years. In fact, they represent the oldest cultures on this planet. Orcas have culture. They have dialects. They have traditions. They have amazing social systems and intelligence. They don't believe in they don't belong in a goldfish pond. They belong in the ocean when it's at all appropriate. And if we can't return them to the wild, we can do the best job to educate the public by putting them in retirement where we can see them do their most natural behaviors.
And then finally, how do you feel about the 18 captured beluga whales in Russia?
That's a really, really intense question, because 18 whales have been captured from Russia, beluga whales, who really are such sweet, incredible, beautiful, and kind animals. And I say that kind, not anthropomorphizing, but they're really gentle beings. They have taken 18 from the wild. At least 5 of them are of the age 1.5 years. They were still nursing their moms. So when you think about it, they took their babies away from their mothers. Mm-hmm. That does not happen in the wild. Belugas, orcas, they are great moms. And when people take them away from their moms, that traumatizes them immensely, and it's cruel and inhumane. So for the first time, National Marine Fisheries Service has blocked the import of these 18 belugas caught in Russia based on this is not just an animal welfare issue. Yeah. This is conservation issue. And so they blocked it because it's bad for the population of belugas, because the beluga population in Russia from which they were captured was so small already to begin with, and this could jeopardize the entire population. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, SeaWorld wants to import some of these whales, which will only increase to more captures because they're going to contribute to the money. So this is inhumane, it's against the environment, it's against all conservation ethics, science, and practice. So we really need to take the best science, education, and conservation, and at this point I believe SeaWorld needs to listen to what other scientists in the world are saying. And I'm only one of many scientists who are espousing these values taken directly from empirical data. So this is a very exciting era in science.
I completely agree with you.
Thanks for your questions.
No problem. Thank you for being here.